Hi, welcome back to Dawn Digs In. I'm Dawn, and I like to talk about living a happier, healthier life and things I'm doing in my life that I think you might find interesting or get value from. So today we're going to continue talking about my facelift journey. We're going to take from day 8 to day 22. I am currently at day 24. I'm feeling really good about where I'm at, but we're going to go back so that you can see what's happened in the last week. And I'll continue to do updates at 30 days, and then I'll do one at 3 months, 6 months, and probably a year, just so that you can see how it's actually going and any other things that I've done during that period. So first I want to answer a couple questions that I have been asked. And the first one that I forgot to talk about last week was sleep. How did I sleep? You hear so many women talking about renting recliners and sitting straight up and sleeping like that for a month, and I didn't do any of that. As I'd said before, I'm not big on spending a lot of money on unnecessary things. I want to try it out first and see if it's something that I need. And I didn't need any of that. My doctor was sleep with 2 pillows. So I'm at about this much of an angle, not crazy. And your lymphatic system drains better when you're lying down. So the more prone you can get, the better. But you also want to stay elevated. You want to make sure that your head is above your heart. That's kind of the thing that you're going for. So I found that I was able to sleep really well like that. I am not a back sleeper. I am a side stomach sleeper. So that was a big adjustment, but not as big as I thought. I thought I am never going to be able to sleep like this. I slept fine. I am still sleeping fine on my back. I did wake up on my side this morning and my ear didn't like it, but for the most part, I am sleeping on my back. So I'm going to continue to do this because of one thing that I have found that has been a problem I've had for as many years as I can remember. I've had shoulder issues. Guess what? My shoulders are fine now that I'm not sleeping on my side or my stomach. So there obviously is a lot to do with your sleeping position on having shoulder injuries. And I know a lot of women do have shoulder injuries that do sleep on their side or stomach. So I'm going to continue to do that just to see what I think and how that works for me. So the next question that I was asked was, if I could do it over again, what would I do differently? Really good question, right? What I would have done differently is I would have done it 15 years ago. You know, things happen in life. You're working, life gets in the way, you've got kids, you've got other obligations, you're dealing with parents. It's like there's stuff to deal with, and you just don't always have that amount of time to take off because you don't know how much time you're going to need, right? We all heal differently. I'm shocked at how fast I have healed, but some people take a long time to heal. So you never really know what you're going to get. So this fear kind of keeps you putting it off. Now that I've been through it, I wish I had done it a long time ago. The next question that came with doing it a long time ago was, if I had done it 15 years ago, would I be getting a redo? The answer is no. I am a one and done girl. You're always going to look younger, right? I mean, you're going to age. Aging process doesn't stop. But if you've had a facelift, you're always going to look younger than if you hadn't had the facelift. So I really don't think if I'd had it done 15 years ago that I would be doing it again. I am a one and done girl, and I'm not about looking 40 for the rest of my life. I want to look the best 64 that I can look, but I don't want to be looking 64 when I'm 90. I want to look good for my age, but I'm not wanting to look something unrealistic. So again, I'm happy with where I'm at. I would not have changed the procedures I had. I would have kept that the same, but I would have changed the timing. And I would have done it a while ago instead of leaving it and had those years that I really just wasn't happy with things. And that's 2020 hindsight, right? We all wish we had it. But those were a couple of the main questions I got asked, was the sleeping, what would I have done differently, and if I did do it, would I have done it again? So let's go back to day 8. Okay, we'll do a quick recap. We'll start from day 8. That's where we left off, where I still had some bruising and yellowness and, tenderness. Again, this was not a painful procedure. The eyes not opening was uncomfortable. And there's a big difference between being in pain and being uncomfortable with something. So the eyes were the worst part. And the eyes are still a little bit of an issue. I still have redness in my eyes. Now, I'm sure you're not really going to be able to see it, but my eyes are still quite red. And I do have a suture in the corner here and in the corner here that is kind of annoying me. So when I go back to the doctor next week, I'll have him look at that. And I still have some scabbing and stitches under my eyes. Now, I am using Scar Gel, which I just started using this week. And, I've started putting it on all the areas. And it's a really thick amber, like honey thick liquid. It's almost like a Vaseline consistency, but it's sticky. And you put it on. I've been putting it on there with a Q-tip because I tried my finger and that was just kind of a pull and it wasn't good. So I put it on a Q-tip and then I just kind of can run it across that scar. So I've been using that. The scar gel I've been putting under there. I've been putting around the ear and these scars here, which really look really good. I'm really happy with these scars here. Like they look really good. I mean, for 24 days. We're at 24 days today. And I've been putting the cream on here and around here. I don't have makeup up here, but I do have some makeup on. Other thing that I didn't talk about last week and I kind of forgot about was my earlobes. Now, when we were in the pre-op, my doctor said to me that he was going to shorten my earlobes. And I was like, what's that about? As we age, our ears grow. You know, your nose keeps growing, well, our ears get longer. And if you've worn earrings all your life or heavy earrings, you will find that you have this space, right? Your earlobe will come down and then you have a little indent here, right? Little space. And I had a very slight one. I've had my ears pierced since I was like 13. And I've always worn earrings, but I've always worn extremely light earrings and things that I don't take out. So it was a sleepers. It was the ones on the chain that just pull through. I do not change my earrings. They've been in there for years. I don't even bother with them. I've never been able to wear heavy earrings. They bothered me. I've never been able to wear studs because my ears are really hard and they kind of stick in the back of my head. So I'm not going to take them out before I go to bed at night. So I just have found earrings that I can leave in all the time. So after they did this, I've lost my hole. So he said, you're going to have to get your ears repierced. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to do that because, as I said, I really don't wear a lot of earrings and it's not really an issue for me. But it is nice and tight. And I have looked at other women that have said, what happened to my ear? I've lost my ear. No, they have just shortened that so that it matches more to your face. Because when you're younger, your ear is shorter. So that's what he did with the ear, which I thought was kind of a nice little touch. It's like, who wants to come out with a new face and these big old Dumbo ears? So the ears were shortened up and they look fine. And it doesn't bother me that they're attached to my head because that's where they're supposed to be. So going back, every day just got better. You know, day 9, day 10, I was seeing differences. Day 14 was when I went back to the doctor and that was when we removed the rest of the staples. Getting those staples out is a big deal. You don't really think about them and you know they're there, but you're showering and you're kind of really careful and you're afraid. And, you know, when you put pressure on them, they're uncomfortable. They're not painful. You don't even know they're there, but they're uncomfortable because everything is numb and uncomfortable is the best description that I can give you. Is a lot of things are very uncomfortable, but they're not overly painful. Ears are the worst, uncomfortable. Tightness, okay? I feel a lot of tightness. Now, that's good, right? That's what I went for. I wanted this nice tight jawline, and I'm very, very happy with how my neck is looking. Very happy. My daughter said it looks younger than her 42-year-old neck, so that made me feel really good. So I'm really happy with this, but it's tight. Now, the other day, I'm going to tell you a little story. I had a girlfriend come down and visit me from out of town that I haven't seen in a little while, and she knew I was having the surgery, and she came down for a visit, and we talked, and we laughed, and we went out for lunch, and we were doing this for like 8 hours. I was in agony. My husband doesn't talk a lot. You know, he'll have a slight conversation, but he doesn't talk a lot. And I'm a talker, so it's always me doing all the talking. Well, I haven't left the house, so I really haven't had much to talk about. I'm either on my phone texting, but I'm not really talking. And I'm not a big phone talker anyway. So I didn't do a lot of talking. But this, I felt. Okay? It was like the eating. Eating is still difficult. And I don't know if it's something that I should be doing more of. Because they tell you not to talk for the first 72 hours or so and like keep it light, same as your eating, right? Keep your eating light because everything's tight here. These muscles have been tightened up and the skin is all tightened up and you want to keep it that way. And that's why you've got the compression garment on. But I did find talking a lot was painful. And my mouth is still not moving totally right because it is so tight. But that's all right. It was just a learning curve. So after our visit and when she left, I put on the compression garment and I left it on until this morning. So I've had 2 days of the compression garment on because I really felt that I was swollen and just very uncomfortable. I took a couple Tylenol. And again, I've been really taking it easy and resting and doing what I've been told to do for the last couple of weeks. So that was like my first real out. I also went to the dentist this week. Was another thing that I was like, do I cancel the appointment? Should I keep it? I'm not really too sure. Like, you know, can I open my mouth? Can I put my head back? So I went in and my hygienist is great. And I told her that I just had the facelift. And, it was only 20 days out at that time. And I'm like, I really don't want you standing me on my head because, they do that. So she was very careful, and we ended up putting a pillow back there because I did find myself very woozy and dizzy. And it's still something that you have to be really careful about. I'm still not working out. I would love to be working out, but I'm still not able to do that. It's, as soon as you crouch down or put your head down or put your head back, you're a little woozy and a little dizzy and just doesn't feel right up here. I don't know how else to explain it, but your head just doesn't really feel right because they've taken your face off and put it back on, right? So things just feel different. But working out, it's just not really helping me right at this point in time. I have been doing a few arm things slowly. I've done a standing chair workout slowly. And I'm going to slowly start adding in things as we go. And I will let you know when I get back to a workout and when I get ready to do the spring blitz, because that's going to be coming up, because I definitely want to get on board and be ready. But I want to make sure that I have done everything I can do to help this healing process before I start jumping back into going, I need to get my body in shape. I know I can do that. I am not concerned about that. That is not something I've ever struggled with. I just need to get my eating back in line, because I had those couple weeks of really not being able to eat much. It was Jell-O and protein shakes, and I felt really good about that. But then, started sliding some chips and sucking on them in there and a few other little things, and it was like, okay. And I finally able to eat toast, so now toasted peanut butter is back on my diet, which hasn't been on my diet for like 2 years. So there are a few things that I'm doing that I maybe wasn't doing before that I need to clean up. But it's okay. I'm in a healing process, and, your brain works different when you're healing, and you just do some different things. So I've also been drinking tea when I get up in the morning. Well, I don't drink tea. I get up and I drink a liter of water. But for some reason, during this phase, I have wanted to have a cup of tea with milk in it. So I'm breaking my fast right away by putting that milk in it. But again, it's okay. Your body needs to see lots of different changes in it. And when you do the same thing for too long, it gets used to it. So it's really good for me that I am mixing this up a lot. I'm okay with it. I will continue to be okay with it. So we've gotten the stitches out. The stitches are all out. The compression is back on. I'm feeling really good. I'm now able to shower normally, and really get back in there and really kind of scrub those spots that were bothering me and trying to work some of those scabs off. And so that has been feeling great. I actually did a wardrobe try on. I went in my closet, and I had a lot of turtlenecks. And I don't know if you have a problem with turtlenecks, but I did. I hated wearing them and watching this hang over it. Okay, or you turn sideways, and I was not happy with the turtleneck. I was also not happy with the crew neck because, again, I felt like I had all of this. So I had bought some really cute tops, and they were either a crew neck. I've worn a V-neck for I can't tell you how long. And part of the V-neck, too, is I'm large-chested. So whenever you're large-chested, it's the most flattering, right? I start getting on a higher neck, and I just feel like I'm just boobs. Some people like that. I don't like that. And I've thought about the breast reduction, but you know what? It has scared the hell out of me for so many years that I'm still not ready to do that. But I also really struggle with the bra situation. And I know I've talked about that before. I struggle with it. I cannot find a bra that is comfortable. I have tried so many bras. I pay $100 for my bra, and I'm just not comfortable with it. It just doesn't fit me properly, and it is really hard to find a large cup on a small person. I don't know why all these companies that sell these bras and they tell you that, you're a small, medium, large, and that will fit this to this. It does not. You can't tell me that somebody with a 40 band is going to fit the same bra as a 32 band because of the cup size. It's just not. So I'm still struggling in the bra world. So I'll continue with that and see where I'm going. I'm also working on the skincare. Now, I've always done pretty good skincare. I've gone through the gamuts that we all go through, right? I did the Mary Kay skincare. I did Pericome. I've done Olay. I've done CeraVe. I've done a bunch of different things. But I have found that the texture of my skin has changed a little since the facelift. It's not really absorbing well. I will put something on and it kind of sits there or flakes up or kind of balls. I don't really know what causes that. So I did go and speak to a beauty professional, and she did give me a reverse serum that I'm trying that's supposed to help with the collagen production, and just trying that to see. It was a fairly pricey serum on sale, but I thought, you know what? Obviously, I want the best. I've spent a lot of money here. I want to make sure that I'm looking after my skin the best that I can. So I'm going to try this. So I'm going to start trying a bunch of different products Probably going to start trying some of the Ordinary products because I hear really good things about them. If you use any of these things, let me know down below. Give me some ideas of maybe some things that you've tried that have worked really well that I should put into my beauty routine. So I'm going to start working on some different products, and I'll let you know what I think of them and how they've worked for my skin and what differences it makes. So the only other issue that I have, and it's minor, but you know, you nitpick and you see every little thing, is I have this wrinkle right here. It's big. I knew that a facelift would not remove wrinkles because it doesn't remove wrinkles. Okay, it might smooth out some stuff, but it's not going to remove them. And I do have them here. And I have thought about the CO2 laser, but it scares the hell out of me. I don't want to spend. I am really sensitive, and I don't want to spend months with this redness. And I really don't want to do that. So whether I get a little filler just in that line, I'm going to talk to the doctor when I go back and just see. He does not do fillers, Botox. He is just a plastic surgeon, but he will at least suggest to me what he thinks I should have done. And if I had known when I had the fat grafting, I probably could have had some fat put in there. But those things really didn't occur to me at the time. And it is not a big deal. And it's also more prominent because I've had the compression garment on. So it's kind of got your face smushed up. My husband says it looks like Eeyore. I'm so sad when I have it on. But that kind of pushes things up too. So it hasn't really had a chance to settle back down since I took that off. But that isn't the only thing. It's not a deal breaker. It's not any of those things. It just is there. But I can deal with that. So something else I'm also going to have done is, as I've told you, I've got my 65th birthday coming up in a couple weeks. I am going to make an appointment with a makeup artist. I've never had my makeup professionally done. I've always done my own makeup, and I've been doing the same makeup for 20 years. And it's not like there's anything wrong with the makeup I do. I think it looks okay, but I would love to see maybe a different way of doing my face, or maybe some different colors. And I'm not into the weird eyebrows and the Tammy Faye eyes. No. Sorry. If that's your thing, that's great. It's not my thing. I really don't like the look of that. But I would like to see some other ways of maybe doing it. Or I've always done kind of pinks and browns, and maybe I should be doing some peaches, or I don't know. I just thought it would be fun to maybe go to a makeup artist and just say, hey, give me a day look, give me a night look. Just give me some things that I can play with. So hopefully I'll be able to tape that when I go, and we'll be able to do a little video on how that went as well. So again, as I said, this is day 24. Feeling very, very good about where I'm at. The healing process has been really good. Hasn't been too difficult. I can't complain about anything. Like really, I can't complain about anything. It has far surpassed where I thought it would be. I know that sounds crazy, right? Because you really go in there and you think, okay, I'm going to look like Pamela Anderson. I look like me. There's nothing wrong with me. But I'm really happy that I look like me. You know, we all want to look more glamorous or better, or at least a younger version of ourselves. So I'm happy that I feel like I do look like a younger version of myself. I'll throw up a picture of myself about 15 years ago, just so you can see. And I also have a picture that my daughter took a few years ago using a filter, because I haven't figured out how to use filters yet. I don't know. But she took a picture of me with a filter that I think looks really close to what I'm at now. So that was kind of cool as well. So we're going to continue on this. Like I said, I'm going to update you at 30 days, probably 60 days, 90 days, and then a year. And I'll just let you know how things are going and how I'm feeling, how the eyes are going. Like I said, they're a little red and still a little bit dry and a bit itchy, but I'm feeling okay. I don't have any things that I feel I can't do other than my workout. But other than that, I feel pretty normal, and I could go out and nobody would even know I had something done. So until I see you next time, I hope you have some great workouts. I'm really looking forward to being with you soon. You are amazing.